Hello, are you excited? Are you excited to relax and have some nice, fun, relaxing wind down time with me, Lace? Say hi! Say hi! Hello, lovely humans. Welcome to another episode of Wind Down Wednesdays. And I have my little cuddly puppy with me because I'm feeling in a cuddly mood. And I know you might be a little confused right now as to why we are in a kitchen. Well, let me explain. All right, I'm gonna put her down before there's literally just, she just freezes when I put her in these videos. She's a little camera shy, so I'm gonna put her down. But say bye, Lise. I've been missing being in the kitchen. I used to do a segment called Kelly's Kitchen where I would cook recipes, and I still do it sometimes. But I've been really deep in thought lately. And I've been thinking since Wind Down Wednesdays is something I want to keep going on a consistent basis every Wednesday, I realized that I'm not gonna have as much time to do cooking videos. So I decided, why not make it an occasional part of my Wind Down Wednesday segment? Because cooking is an activity that I like to do that relaxes me anyway, always resets my light energy. So I figured, why not include it in Wind Down Wednesday once in a while, if I feel like it, and invite you guys to come on a little relaxing cooking journey with me. Tonight we are going to be making one thing I've always wanted to make on Kelly's Kitchen that I have yet to make. And I can't believe I never made it for you guys yet because it's literally my favorite food and my favorite thing to make ever, homemade hummus. So get cozy, lovely humans, grab your beverage of choice, and join me while I make my original zesty parsley and fresh lemon hummus. We are going to light a candle to set the mood. I'm still burning my Color Me Happy candle. It is almost done, guys. I love this one, as you can see. So I'm gonna put it here. And you might be wondering why there's some leaves here. These are actually some leftover birthday roses because it was recently my birthday. Actually, let me show you guys how gorgeous these are. Aren't they pretty? Really helps set the mood as well. So let's start with the ingredients we'll need for our zesty fresh lemon and parsley hummus. First, you will need 1 can of chickpeas, which is the most basic ingredient that goes in hummus. So just open your can of chickpeas, drain the chickpea juice and water out of them because that's kind of gross and nobody wants that, and just put them in a bowl like this. Secondly, you will need a half of a fresh lemon, some olive oil, some salt, thyme. All it is spices. It's so simple. Some parsley, some cayenne pepper, some basil, cumin, garlic powder, and celery seed. So that's really all you need. You just need the chickpeas, the fresh lemon, and all of those really good spices. And let's move on to step 1, lovely human. We are going to actually take the skins off of all of these chickpeas. Now you're probably looking at me like, Kelly, are you serious? The entire bowl of chickpeas? That sounds really tedious. And for some people it might be, but I actually oddly enjoy doing it for some reason. Don't ask me why, I just don't mind. But this is an activity that I actually find to be really relaxing, especially when I'm listening to nice soothing jazz music in the background. I have a candle burning and I'm in that cozy mood. Now the reason we do this is because you can leave the skin on technically to make this hummus, but taking it off really makes the hummus so much creamier, so much smoother. Trust me, the first time I made homemade hummus, I left the skin on the chickpeas and it really does make a difference to just take it off. So if you have the time and you want a cozy activity to do, just do it, guys. It's worth it. So let's get started. Oh, but the first thing that we are going to do, I forgot to add this part. You're gonna need one more thing to make these, and that is a food processor. I got one for my sister for my birthday. It is my favorite thing I own. And what we're gonna do is put the chickpeas directly into the food processor. So if you don't have a food processor, it's gonna be kind of hard to make hummus. I'm sorry about that. So I'm just gonna talk to you guys while I do this. Let me go grab my food processor. And as I take the skins off, I'm gonna put them directly inside of it and put the skins on the plate, just like that. They should come off pretty easy. It's a pretty simple task. It does take a little bit of time because there's quite a bit of them. They are very small. It's kind of weird to me to think that chickpeas are actually like beans. Don't you think that's a little odd? Like, They don't seem like beans, like they are in the bean family, I suppose, which is weird because I love hummus. It's literally my favorite snack. I feel like it tastes amazing when it's homemade the best. I don't know, I just don't understand why I like chickpeas so much because I'm not really like a bean person per se. I don't really like beans. But I guess I do sort of like beans because I do like chickpeas. How have you been doing, lovely humans? Have you been okay? Have you been holding up okay? I guess I wanted to do this video in the kitchen because there's different activities you could do to light you up, and they don't always have to be in one place. It's good to sometimes explore, go somewhere new, or go somewhere that you haven't been in a while. And for me, when I first really started getting more active on my channel, I used to do cooking videos all the time, but I realized that the most important thing about my channel was that I wanted my videos to be very based on positive thinking, as you all know, and helping inspire people to see the bright side, retrain their minds to see things positively, etc. So that's why in my Kelly's Kitchen segment, in a lot of my cooking videos while I would cook, I would talk about a topic and give advice, and it would always be in the realm of positive thinking. So if you guys are curious about those videos, check them out. I will put some links to them at the end of this one so you can check them out. I do want to keep doing cooking videos on my channel. It's just that I got so tied up in all the other aspects I wanted to add to it that I kind of fell off the rails. But the thing that doing this idea for this Wind Down Wednesday made me realize is that it's never too late to revisit something that you've always loved, even if you haven't done it in a while. I haven't done a cooking video in months, like a really long time, guys. But that's why I wanted to do one again. So remember, if there was something that used to make you happy and life got in the way, the busyness of this crazy world got in the way, you could always return to that thing again. It's never too late, and you never have to feel bad about taking a little break from the thing because you could always go back to it. And that's kind of cool to think that we all have that freedom. And we all have the ability to make that choice, you know what I mean? Okay, lovely humans, so now that all of our chickpeas are peeled and in the food processor and the skins are thrown out, we are going to continue to add the spices. But first, let's read a little positive quote since this is still a Wind Down Wednesday. Good character is a prerequisite to happiness. It entails empathy, courage, generosity, work, honesty, discipline, and balance. It is not easily achieved. It is not a lesson which can be learned from books. It requires practice. Well, hey, that's what I'm talking about all the time. Practicing positivity, choosing it no matter what. It is a practice. It doesn't happen right away. That's really important, and I'm really glad that I found this quote. The more we practice something, we can't just read it in a book. We can't have someone else teach it to us. It's about consistency and wanting to keep up with it. And that is so important, lovely humans. So let's continue and finish making this hummus, and I will show you the spices that we need to add. Okay, so adding the spices and the fresh lemon will be the finishing touches to our hummus. So first let's start with, we're going to need a few measuring spoons, but very basic ones you could find in any kitchen. We are going to need a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, so take your lemon and just squeeze it right in. If you want to squeeze a little bit extra in for good measure, that's fine, but don't go overboard. Next, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of water. I know that seems kind of excessive, but the liquids are really needed to help the chickpeas achieve a creamy consistency, just like hummus you might buy in the store. 1, 2. Next, we are going to need 1 teaspoon of cumin, which is a spice I use in a lot of my cooking, and it's very popular in hummus. Lots of good Mediterranean flavors because hummus is a Mediterranean dish. This hummus in particular, though, is very good. It's very close to being a basic plain hummus, so if someone's never had hummus before and you want to bring this to a party, this is great for first-time hummusers. I just made that up. It's really bad. Then we're going to take our thyme, and we're going to do 1/3 of a teaspoon. Right in. So easy, guys. You just add everything. Next, we're going to take our parsley, and we're going to do a lot of parsley because that is the main herb that we're going to be tasting in this hummus. It really gives it a nice fresh taste, and I really feel like this hummus is great for summer because of that. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of parsley. I'm actually following my own recipe while I do this because I have all my recipes saved on my computer. Then we're gonna take celery seed. I use this in a lot of recipes as well. And we're gonna only do 1/4 teaspoon of that because we don't want it to be too many herbs at once, because then the flavors kind of like clash with each other and you can't really like pick out the individual ones, and that is never too good. Too much of something is never a good thing. Next, we're gonna take some basil. You could do a half, I'm gonna do a third, because I feel like that might be, depending on how herby you want this hummus, either do a third or a half. I think a third might be a little bit better. So before we add the rest of our ingredients, we're gonna pulse this a little bit just to get it going. Get a spoon to mix it for creaminess. So we're gonna put the top on, and I highly suggest investing in a food processor, guys, because you can make anything in it, which is amazing. You can make all kinds of dips, you can make all kinds of purees. It's awesome, especially if you enjoy cooking for relaxation. Now this part's gonna be not very relaxing, so I might mute the sound just because this is a Wind Down Wednesday. All right, so now that we got it pulsing a little bit, I'm just gonna take my spoon, mix it around a little, and we're gonna add our final spices to give it an amazing flavor. So our last spices we need for this hummus are a teaspoon of salt. I actually do like a little less than a teaspoon, like more of a half a teaspoon. All right, fine, a half a teaspoon of salt. Because we don't want it to be like insanely salty. This is an old recipe I made where I kind of used to go a little overboard with things, so let's do a half a teaspoon. Next, we are going to take our garlic powder, and we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of that, just for a little kick. And finally, to give it a little bit of a spice to it, we are going to take some cayenne pepper and do 1/4 teaspoon of that. And you could leave it at that, but if you want to be really daring, I like a little bit of an extra spice in my food. I like things spicy. I'm going to do a tiny little pinch, just a little bit of black pepper. When we are done, we are going to put the lid back on and pulse it again until it's creamy. Okay, so as you can see, guys, when it's done, it should have that nice creamy consistency, just like hummus you would get in the store. And now we're gonna scoop it out of the food processor and put it into a bowl and chill it in the fridge. Okay, lovely humans, so here it is, my zesty fresh lemon and parsley hummus, and I am going to chill this for an hour, and then it should be good to serve. It tastes great with, sometimes I dip cucumbers in it, carrot sticks. It tastes great with chips, of course, perfect for a party. And I had a lot of fun cooking with you guys tonight. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. Remember, it's never too late to visit an old pastime. I hope maybe you'll consider trying this recipe sometime. And until next time, lovely humans, I will see you on Wind Down Wednesday. Stay lovely and have a wonderful night's rest.